Hello everybody, I'd like to introduce you to Team Solar Flare Up. Here's what we're going to talk about tonight. Over the past few years, the installation of solar panels by residential homeowners and businesses has increased. Tariffs are currently structured to mandate the utility to purchase excess solar power from the solar customer at a rate much higher than the market cost and much higher than the cost the utility can sell the power to others. The solar installer's market strategy has been to capitalize on the governmental incentives, which have driven down the installation costs, and the current rate structure, which is profitable for the people installing the solar. The utility customer installing the solar panels expects a quicker payback on their investment through not purchasing power from the grid and selling their excess power back at the higher rate. Yet they still want the infrastructure there for the time solar isn't enough to provide all the energy they need. And the utility customer not installing the solar, who is facing the possibility of higher utility bills to subsidize the solar users because somebody has to pay for the infrastructure of poles and wires. So Team Solar will present the microeconomic issues facing the utility company, represented by Bridget Aldridge, the solar installation company, represented by Greg Wentworth, the utility customer installing the solar system, represented by Nate Woodworth, and the utility customer not installing a solar system, represented by Neil Pohl.
Hi, I'm Greg Wentworth, and tonight I want to discuss the advantages of installing a solar energy system. We hear terms like hippie when we're talking about solar or any other type of renewable energy source. But the fact is, renewable energy sources are the oldest type of energy source that we have. Long before coal, steam, or gas-fired power plants, natural energy is how people got their power. Excuse me. Wind was used to draw water from wells. Water from rivers and streams was used to turn water wheels to generate power. And we've been getting our heat to heat our homes from the sun since the beginning of time. So why is it when the utility company loses a little bit of profit or has to pay someone for the energy that they produced, do they consider these things evil? When the utility companies felt that renewable energy was not a viable option, they partnered with the state to offer incentives to consumers. But when they felt that these same energies were a threat, they wanted the state to restrict them. The fact is that just like any other industry, competition is good for the energy industry. Rather than fighting the change, the utility companies need to embrace it and develop a new sustainable strategy. Renewable energy has many benefits for the environment, the communities in which they're used, and the state as a whole. From an economic standpoint, solar energy promotes economic growth within the state as well as helping consumers save money. A few facts. For every 6 homes that go solar, one American job is created. From 2004 to 2011, the cost of installing solar decreased by 72%. The return on a solar system can range anywhere from 10 to 50% per year. From an environmental standpoint, solar has an absolute advantage over fossil fuels in producing energy. Fossil fuels are limited resources that pollute the air, land, and sea, whereas solar energy is a natural resource that is unlimited, clean, and exists virtually everywhere. Another fact, the Earth receives more energy in 1 hour from the sun than the entire world uses in a year. What it all comes down to is that the rules of the game are changing, and utility companies don't like it. The government is offering incentives to those who are willing to take on the cost to put in solar power, helping to make it more cost-effective for the average consumer and even profitable, which will in turn help to stimulate the economy. Although the utility companies developed and maintain the infrastructure required for the sale of solar power, it is no different than many other industries. Consider the cell phone industry. When you make a call, the signal is picked up by whichever antenna is closer, regardless of who installed it. Also, the auto industry. The auto industry relies on state and nationally funded road and highway systems in order for their products to be used at all. Thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Nate, and I'm going to discuss with you why I decided to put a solar power system in my home. The first and most appealing reason is the long-term money savings. The upfront cost to put a solar power system in my home was only $6,500, and then after that, zero cost. Some maybe minor maintenance costs long-term, but nothing other than that. The price of solar energy continues to go down, while the prices of coal, petroleum, and nuclear energy continue to go up. Therefore, I was able to shop around and barter for the best price for my solar system because solar energy is a competitive market. I also get a 30% annual solar tax credit from the federal government, which is awesome because nobody likes to pay taxes. Second, sun is an unlimited resource while petroleum, coal, and nuclear energy are limited resources. Therefore, solar power is completely environmentally friendly and obviously slows global warming. Outside of production, it has a zero carbon footprint. It's not a huge difference, but it's helping me sleep at night, so cool. The third and final reason is that I don't have to depend on other people for my energy needs. I have a solar system now, it's already there, so my home is completely self-sufficient for the most part and self-sustaining because of the sun. The grid goes down, energy costs continue to go up, I'm fine because I have solar power. Solar power is the future, definitely worth considering. Thank you.
Tonight there has been a lot of talk about the great things solar energy brings to individuals, but I would like to take this opportunity to speak to you today about the cost these solar power hippies are trying to drop in my lap. I may be a 90-year-old man now, but I defeated the Nazis and I believe I can win this battle too. Typically, supply and demand should drive my prices lower as the supply increases, but in this case they will not only go down, they will increase. The one thing these people have forgot to mention is that they still expect to have their unused lines kept in good condition. Who do you think pays for this? The rest of the community who doesn't install solar panels, which includes myself, will pay for this. I already paid my taxes so that the government can hand out subsidies to pay for these individuals to obtain these panels. What else do they want me to pay for? Oh yeah, not only do they want me to keep the energy for themselves, but they want to sell it back to the energy company for a profit. Guess what that does? It raises the cost of kilowatts per hour for me and the rest of the non-solar community. I am on a fixed income. The possible variance in the price of a kilowatt per hour is too much of a burden in my life that I do not need. According to the benefits received tax principle, I think those extra costs should be incurred by the people who are benefiting from the subsidies. With the way the information revolution is going, as a community, we may be able to work out the solution for both sides, but at this time, it is just not possible. They may have some cost with the purchase of their equipment, but that was the gamble they took, which was not my problem. Thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm Bridget Aldridge with the utility company. One primary objective of our utility company is we want to provide safe and reliable energy for all of our customers. We understand customers want to save money on their bill and they want to stabilize their bills. We also understand some customers want to be more energy efficient and environmentally friendly through the use of technology that captures natural and existing energy for their sun. Substitute with a clean energy source like the sun. We are a monopoly due to the law of comparative advantage, but we are also in complete agreement with technology that utilizes renewable sources and has minimal impact on the environment. We only ask that the Public Service Commission look at implementing tariffs that provide competitive pricing for all of our customers. Customers that generate power through renewable energy sources can utilize our grid to not only purchase power when their solar panels are not providing enough energy for them, but also when
Good.
Hello? Where did everyone go? Okay, there is a perfect example. I'm sorry. They told me they were going to try the solar panels on the camera. Ergo. So, nice job, solar company. Anyway, back to the presentation. So when they generate enough electricity for their own needs, they want to sell the excess back to the utility company. We need to keep the grid up and functioning. The customer selling us the excess electricity is currently able to do so at a rate much higher than wholesale market pricing and higher than we sell the power back to the neighbor. For example, we can purchase electricity on the market for 2 to 3 cents a kilowatt hour. We turn around and sell it for 7 cents a kilowatt hour. We're a corporation. We're responsible for our shareholders. That money goes to the bottom line. With the current purchase power agreements, we are required to purchase the solar power at 10 cents per kWh. So this chart here, what it's going to illustrate is that growth based on the tax subsidies. So over here we've got the number of customers, down here is the year, and then over here is the nameplate capacity. So you can see in 2007, we had a small number of customers that installed enough solar power to generate enough solar for their own needs. At that time, they were selling it back to the utility companies for 0.2 megawatts. And then in the year 2008, when the tax subsidies kicked in, you can see this growth starting. And you can also see that gap between the number of customers that have installed solar and the increase of generation they have at their individual premise, which allows them to then sell more capacity back to the utility company. So October 1st, 2014, we have 1,100 customers that have solar panels at their premises. They have 1,500 generators in total, and they're selling 19 megawatts of power back to the utility companies at a rate higher than what we can sell it to our customers. So as this growth continues, and based on the current tariff, customers not producing solar will end up subsidizing all the costs on the utility distribution system. The cost for poles, wires, transformers, and labor. That's why we just need to balance the cost structure to ensure all who want and need the infrastructure cover those costs. Thank you.
So in conclusion, the fact is, solar power is becoming a large part of our reality. This is not just for personal homes, but for public buildings as well. Concordia and Wisconsin Lutheran colleges use solar power. The Menominee Falls Middle School has installed solar panels. And there is a hybrid school bus charging station that is totally solar powered. Also to be considered is the fact that those who choose the solar option are not the only ones that are affected by that decision. Safe, reliable, renewable energy is the future, and the utility companies need to be a part of that future, as well as their customers and suppliers. An integrated system and infrastructure needs to be developed that will incorporate renewable energy sources as well as existing ones. Also, a rate and payment structure that allows for the fair purchase and sale of power that disseminates the cost across all of those involved parties. We as a state have only begun to scratch the surface of renewable energy, but if we work together, we can all benefit in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope the lights don't go out again.